Greetings and welcome to this introduction to R. Now in this introduction we will be working in RStudio, which is an alternative user interface to the one that comes with the basic installation of R. It is important to note that RStudio requires that you have R already installed on your computer. That is, it's not enough to install RStudio itself, you also have to have the R program installed on your computer. This is because RStudio is simply a graphical user interface that runs R and does not contain R itself. The R program can be downloaded at the r-project.org website. So some of the convenient features that RStudio comes with that are not offered by the basic R interface are, to bring up some examples, color coding, which makes it much easier to read your code. You see here that this text, hello world, is highlighted in green, while these numbers 1 through 9 are highlighted in blue. This makes it very easy to distinguish text from numbers. Now, another useful feature is auto-completion of code, which means that it will be less likely that your script contains typos, such as incomplete variable names or missing parentheses. This will save you a lot of time going through your script and debugging it when it doesn't work as it should. What it also offers that is quite useful is this window here to the top right, which is a window that helps to keep track of your environment at all times. Now, what an environment is something that we will get back to at a later point, but for now you can just think of it as the window where your data is located. Now, what it also offers is templates for different uses of R. That is, you can use R to make, for example, presentations, apps, and documents such as Word files and PDF files. And that is just a minor set of the different functionalities that RStudio comes with that are not provided by the basic R user interface. Now, the point of this video here is to establish some basic familiarity with the RStudio graphical user interface. So this window up here, the first time you open RStudio, is something that you will not see. You can open this script file by going to this plus document here and choosing R script, which will open another window to the top left. And this is what we will be referring to as the script window. In the script window is where you will be first and foremost working with R. This is where you will write your code. Now, once you've written your code here and execute it, it will be sent to the console window down here. This is where you communicate with R, basically. So what we will be referring to this as is the console window. And you can see here that I've already applied or sent this console window some instructions, which is what you see here. Now, if I have to do something here, write some code up in this script window and execute it, you can see here that this is the code I sent to the console, and this is the output yielded by the console. So that in the console is where primarily you will find the output of your analysis. An exception to this are plots, which appear in what we will be referring to as the plots window. That is, the plots window down to the bottom right here is where your plots will appear. This contains some buttons, for example, zoom, which allows you to blow up the plot and see it in a larger format. You also have the export button here, which allows you to save your plot as an image or as a PDF file. And you have the possibility to clear your plots and remove the current plots, etc. Now another tab here that is quite useful is the Help tab. This is where you will find the help files that you can call for when you're wondering how to use a function. Now, learning how to read help files is one of the most important skills that you can attain to make your experience with R less painful and more pleasurable. However, for the most part, we will be referring to this window here as the plots window. And finally, as I've already alluded to, this top window here is what we will be referring to. This top right window here is what we will be referring to as the environment window. The environment window is where you have access to all of the objects, functions, that is your own functions, that is part of your current R session. Now, what objects are is something that we will get back to at a later date. However, you can just consider that a data frame, for example, that you're usually used to thinking of as your data set is in R simply an object. And working with R or getting accustomed to R requires probably that you will have to start thinking of data in somewhat dissimilar ways than what you are currently used to. So this does it for the basic introduction to R. To recap, to the RStudio, to recap, the top left window is what we refer to as the script window. This is where you write your scripts. The bottom left window is the console window. This is primarily where you will be getting your output. The plots window is where you get your plots that you ask for when you make plots. However, it also contains the help tab, which is where you get access to the help files, which provides instructions for how to use different functions. And finally, there is the environment window, which keeps track of your objects. So that does it for this first session, and I'll see you for the next one, where we go through the basic functionalities of R.